What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the full schedule for E3 2021 and talk about why it's awful, and I'll explain that as the video goes on. But just for, I guess, some quick context, as I've said in past videos, when I say E3 awful, well, number one, I don't love having like 1,000 announcements back to back to back to back. I get why that's exciting. I'm excited for them. I think just in general, though, they kind of overshadow one another. That's something I've talked about in past videos. It's not even the full story of why I don't like it. But let me tell you something. I guess the bigger thing is just how unorganized and unplanned it seems like E3 is. In fact, yesterday's video literally was just kind of me venting about E3. Okay, about the fact that we don't really know much info. Now the schedule's out. I'm gonna read through it. They're like bullet points. They're not very good whatsoever, and we'll talk about it. Okay, and there's a couple big things like for WB Games. There's some stuff that we definitely have to talk about. So make sure you guys try to watch all the way through this video. Okay, Saturday, June 12th. So the broadcast pre-show starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. E3 will kick off with press conferences from Ubisoft and Gearbox Entertainment, as well as a session with GamesBeat. I'm just going to read through the whole thing, and then we'll kind of break down each one. Sunday, June 13th. Broadcast pre-show starts at 11:45 a.m. Eastern. Microsoft's Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase starts at 1 p.m. Eastern. Special presentations from Square Enix, PC Gaming Show, and Future Game Show. Warner Bros. Games, Back 4 Blood, and actually it's Warner Bros. Games and Back 4 Blood. Kotaku's thing takes that out, and that's very important actually to mention. And 24 Entertainment will also be featured. Monday, June 14th, broadcast pre-show starts at 11 a.m. Alongside press conferences from several indie developers, presentations from Take-Two Interactive, Mythical Games, Freedom Games, Razer, and Capcom will take place throughout the day. Verizon and Intellivision will also be featured, along with a session with VENN, or VEN. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. I honestly don't know half of what I just said there in terms of the companies that I listed. Tuesday, June 15th, broadcast pre-show starts at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The last day of E3 will include Nintendo's Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Treehouse live programming starting at noon Eastern. Bandai Namco, Eureka Games, and GameSpot, fantastic, will also have events. The broadcast will round out with the official E3 2021 award show. Now, okay, I mean, I gotta say it, awful. Absolutely awful. In terms of what we expected, in terms of organization, it's just a train wreck. So, a couple things that stand out first. Number one, the times of these days, there are none. Okay, now we do know Microsoft's, and actually, you guys let me know, what I missed out on yesterday in yesterday's video. Like, Microsoft Bethesda's conference is 90 minutes, so it's an hour and a half. We do know the official start time for that one. We know the official, and so here's the, again, this is what I absolutely despise. In yesterday's video, honestly, it just makes yesterday's video more powerful, I think. What I said in yesterday's video is still kind of what we know right now. It hasn't changed much because you know Ubisoft, you know the date and time. You know Microsoft Bethesda, date and time. You know Nintendo, date and time. That's it. You don't really know anything else. For whatever reason, the pre-shows for a lot of these things start anywhere between 1 and 3 hours before the event starts. So I think that's stupid. And then pretty much all of the other companies, remember, I am most excited for Square Enix and WB Games. I've been saying that since E3 was announced because I had assumed that they were full-on conferences. And there's reasons. One for Warner Bros. Is that they were going to do a live show, a full-on show last year. So I thought, oh, they're going to E3. They're one of the major publishers going to E3. I assume they'll do a main show. It doesn't seem like that. So I want to get to Warner Bros. Because that's a big, topic. So again, make sure you guys keep listening. But those are, in my opinion, the two biggest things is one, unorganization, and we still don't know when all of these things start. In terms of the stuff that's literally not those three, like Ubisoft, Microsoft, Nintendo, those are the three big ones that we know, and nothing else we really know. And then the second most disappointing thing, I guess, is that the other companies are kind of just lump-ins. So, E3 will kick off with press conferences from Ubisoft and Gearbox Entertainment. Okay, well, wait. Just pause, because what are you talking about with Gearbox? Now, we did know Gearbox. It's not like I'm caught off guard that Gearbox is going. It's not like I'm caught off guard with a session with GamesBeat. We knew GamesBeat is going to be there, but they're like a publication. So, what are they doing? Like, is Gearbox going directly after Ubisoft? Are they going 2 hours after Ubisoft? Is it a 5-minute presentation? I don't know. It could be any of those things because they don't tell us. Okay, then we go to Sunday. You have the Microsoft Bethesda thing. That's big. Battlefield will probably be there. There'll probably be third-party games, okay, from other companies at their show. Fine. We all know to expect that. Special presentations from Square Enix, PC Gaming Show, and the Future Games Show. So, like, what? What special presentation? So, like, again, like a 5-minute. I thought that people that are very respected in terms of leaks and stuff have talked very highly of Square Enix, that they're going to have quite a few things to show. So, like, they don't get an official date and time. They're just a quote-unquote special presentation. Again, it's what I said in yesterday's video. Does this impact everybody? No. But let me make it clear. It actually does. See, like, again, the coverage and making videos and co-streaming and stuff like that, yeah, that doesn't affect you. That affects me. I get that's a personal problem, and I'll deal with it on my own, okay? But realistically, if you say, well, Alex, how does this impact me? Well, do you plan on going to bed? Do you do you have plans those days? Do you have dinner? Do you have family? Do you have friends? Because, like, can you sit around Sunday for Microsoft special presentation from Square Enix, PC Gaming Show, and Future Game Show? And then this is the most infuriating thing to me. Again, Kotaku messed up here. If you go to E3's website and you look at theirs, it says Warner Bros. Games and Back 4 Blood. So, like, I'm kind of terrified because you can read that, in my opinion, 2 different ways. Now, again, on Kotaku's, they put a comma as if it's Warner Bros., then and Back 4 Blood, like it's separate. And I know I said the word and that's the, like, and was the symbol, but, like, the 2 ways you can read it is, number one, Warner Bros., like, Turtle Rock is the developer for Back 4 Blood. They're not owned by Warner Bros., but Warner Bros. Is the publisher for Back 4 Blood. So you can look at it as literally Back 4 Blood is Warner Bros. Going. That's it. They're going to show Back 4 Blood, and that's the only thing they're going to do. Or you can read it that Back 4 Blood is there, and there's going to be Warner Bros. Games. You know what I mean? So, but again, like, and it says will also be featured. So, will they show up at Microsoft? Will they show up at Square Enix? I don't know. Can they show up in a special presentation of Square Enix? Like, does that, you know what I mean? It's so dumb. And it's like, specifically that day. Sunday is the day that is the most packed. Microsoft, Square Enix, PC Game. And so I'm really, okay, I'm gonna eliminate that. Because in reality, it's really Microsoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, and Warner Bros. Those 3. And those are very big, things. But, like, all we know for sure is when Microsoft's is. We don't know how, when, and where Square Enix is doing anything. And we don't know how, when, and where Warner Bros. Is doing anything. Even Monday, alongside several press conferences from indie developers, you have Take-Two, which is big. Mythical Games, honestly, I don't know anything about them. Freedom Games, don't know anything about them. Razer. So let's say Take-Two and Capcom are on Monday. And they'll say, it says press conferences will take place throughout the day. So I'm going to assume that Capcom, Take-Two, and, the rest of them, the miscellaneous, they literally just haven't told the ESA, E3. They haven't told E3 when they're going. So E3's like, shoot. Well, we have to say something, so let's say they're going to go on Monday, which I assume they've worked out a deal where that's going to happen, but they're not even going to tell you a time. So again, Monday is like, show up for but, like, you could say, okay, broadcast pre-show starts at 11 a.m. Eastern. You could say, well, Alex, maybe it starts at 11:30, or maybe that is when it starts, is 11 a.m. Well, again, the pre-shows for the other days, they're anywhere between 1 and 2.5 hours before the actual shows start. So, like, how do we know? How do we know when the show starts? So, and it's a Monday. And I don't, I know, like, here where I live, like, schools, so if you're like a kid, schools are out. Schools get out at the end of May, but some schools get out at the end of June, okay? In fact, my school, when I went to school, they got out at the end of June. So it's like, how will you know when any of this stuff is happening? And then, Tuesday, the Nintendo thing, that's good. Again, Bandai Namco will also have an event. Cool, but you don't tell us anything. So, just so unorganized. I can completely understand and get behind excitement for this thing, being ready for all the announcements, all that stuff. I Totally get it. Okay, I understand it. And I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Trust me. And you'll see by my actions in terms of the videos and the coverage I provide. Nobody on YouTube, I assume, is going to be able to do or will do as much as I'm going to do. Does that mean it's going to be the best coverage in the world? No, but it's going to be the most. I honestly think so. So I am fully ready. But at the same time, it's just laughable how unorganized. There's no dates or times for basically anything. They still don't know. And it doesn't even seem like they're going to know for a little, like it starts next Saturday. And again, Koch Media goes the day before E3 even starts on the Friday. So it's a joke. I don't know what to do personally from like a planning. So like, yeah, a lot of that stuff again is personal, but in case you guys want to know personal stuff real fast, I don't know what to do. Like on that Sunday, when I saw the tweet, and they said Square Enix, Microsoft, and WB Games, I was like, shoot, I can't co-stream all three of them. I want to make videos for these, right? I want to make tons of videos. So it's like, well, which ones do I pick? But now it's like, well, no, actually, Microsoft Bethesda, is a conference. Square Enix is a special presentation. I don't think I'll is anybody going to co-stream that? Why? Is it going to be, again, is it 5 or 10 minutes? Because why would you co-stream that? You would just watch it and then make videos after. And then, WB Games will be there. Basically, that's what they said. WB Games will show up. Like you'll see a logo. It's like, okay, well, that's so stupid. How do I know how to plan for that? So, again, just very, very annoying. This is the worst put together E3 I've ever seen in my life, and I've been watching E3, not as long as maybe other people, but I've been watching E3 for easily 8-9 years at the very least, and this is easily the worst one. And I get why it's the worst one, because of planning and stuff, but at this point, just don't do it. Truly don't do it, because it's clear the developers and publishers, they're just doing their own thing, and E3 is trying to basically obtain ownership of it, right? It's happening during E3 time, so it's E3. Not really, though, because it's them doing their own thing. Very clearly, they're not even telling you when they're going to go or what they're going to do. Otherwise, you would say it. And that's it. You know what I mean? So I could rant on for hours. I'll stop the video here. Let me know what you guys think about the schedule. Do you like it? What are you planning on watching? All that good stuff. Let me know. As always, if you do like these more passionate kind of videos, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys have the bell icon turned on so you know all these videos go up. I do a brand new video every single day. I will be covering E3 on this channel as well as the main channel. The main channel is going to be the main place for it, but this channel is definitely going to have E3 stuff as well, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all on the next video.